Welcome to Should You Platinum, a show where I talk about a game I've recently got the platinum in and share my experience of the platinum journey and whether or not I think you should platinum it. The Grinch Christmas Adventures is an adventure I'd rather forget, in all honesty, because I wanted to play a Christmas themed game this year, and seeing as this was a platformer game, a genre which I love, I figured it wouldn't be too bad, plus it had co-op so I could play it with someone else. However, not long after taking control of the Grinch himself and playing the game, I found myself slowly but surely turning into the Grinch himself. As the longer I played this game, the more my Christmas spirit began to fade. So, The Grinch is a pretty soulless platformer game that is too basic for adults and kids, and honestly the gameplay is rather stale. The trophy list also reflects the tame nature of the game by having a really rather lame trophy list. I mean, there's a trophy for jumping over a single enemy, a trophy for doing a double jump, and other boring feats such as completing a jigsaw puzzle. None of these tasks are really trophy worthy, and there's nothing really difficult or skillful required for the platinum either. It'd perhaps make a great game for someone's first introduction to platformers or trophies, but there are much better games out there for that. So, obviously, my recommendation for this game is to avoid it. However, if you have been unlucky enough to get this for Christmas and want to just platinum it, then I'm going to talk through all the trophies now and give some tips and explanations that can hopefully make this platinum journey as quick and painless as possible. So, The Grinch Christmas Adventures has a total of 16 trophies to collect. There's 4 bronze, 0 silvers, but 11 golds and 1 platinum trophy for you to earn. Now, the lack of silvers is odd, however the 11 gold trophies and the platinum are probably the only real plus points about playing this game. So, to get the platinum, you'll need to collect all of the hidden jigsaw puzzle pieces in all of the levels. However, nothing is actually missable in this game, as there is a level select so you can replay any level at any point once you've beaten it. The game is really short too, and I platinumed this game in under 5 hours, and I think, to be honest, the biggest challenge was actually playing the game and not getting bored and falling asleep. In terms of the trophies themselves, I'm just going to talk about them in the order I unlocked them. So, the first trophy is Jump Over, and this is awarded to you for simply jumping over an enemy. And yeah, that's it. So this is one that you'll just get without realising. And as you can see from my clip, you don't even have to actually fully jump over the enemy to unlock this either. Presents is the next trophy, and this one requires you to get 100% of the presents in a single level, and thankfully you only need to do this once, but you don't have to get all of these presents in your first go of the level, as when you replay a level, it will make any presents you've collected already become transparent, so you'll know which ones you're missing for the trophy, so you'll only have to find those ones that you missed. And in most levels, the presents are on the main path through them, and some of the branching paths are pretty obvious if you've ever played a platformer game before. I would say that just make sure that when you do go inside the buildings for those like stealth sections, that you check every room before leaving, as you can't always backtrack, and be aware of the rooms that only Max can get in, as those will usually contain a jigsaw puzzle and presents for you to collect. Next up is the first puzzle trophy, and this, I think, occurred after collecting maybe 8 jigsaw puzzle pieces. Once you get so many, you'll unlock a puzzle minigame, and you'll do this a lot throughout the game. So these puzzle minigames can be accessed via the level select screen by pressing triangle. You'll know when you can do one because the puzzle text in the top right corner will start to shake and jingle. So there's loads of puzzles for you to complete in this game, and each one of them, when beaten, will unlock an ability or an upgrade for the Grinch, either it being like something like extra health or a new move that he can do. So yeah, it's a good idea to do them especially if you want the platinum, because it does make the game a little bit better. So the first puzzle itself is really simple. You can see the image you need to create in the background, so I won't really go into too much detail about that. It's a simple puzzle minigame. Next up, we have a trophy called Double Jump, and this is for performing a double jump. So this is a move that you can't actually do when you start the game, because you need to unlock the double jump move, and that is tied to the puzzles. So you'll need to collect enough puzzle pieces to be able to select that puzzle, unlock it rather, and then make the puzzle complete. Once you have beaten the puzzle, simply start a new level, or any old level that you've played before, and then press the jump button twice to unlock this easy trophy. The next trophy I'm going to talk about is the Candy Cane Lasso trophy, and this is another ability that you'll get through collecting puzzle pieces and then solving the required puzzle. So whilst you're on the puzzle screen, you'll see what each one awards, so simply pick the one that is the lasso one, or whatever move you want to unlock first, and then just beat that. Once you've beaten the puzzle, go into another level and then use the ability. I'm not sure if you have to attach onto these things or not in order to get the trophy, but you'll see them throughout a lot of the levels later on anyway, so it's one that you'll naturally get. I think you just have to jump and then press triangle to fling out the lasso. The Grinch's Cave trophy is awarded for beating all of the levels in the cave. So in total there's 6 levels in each world, say, and this trophy will just pop up after you finish level 6. The Use Max trophy requires you to use Max, the dog, to help Grinch, and this is a really weird co-op trophy that doesn't actually unlock if you play it in co-op with someone else, being player 2. Because me and the girlfriend completed the whole of the first world with me playing as Grinch as one player and her as Max as player 2, and the trophy never unlocked, even though we used Max all the way through the levels and used him on all the doors to get the Grinch through. So in order to unlock this trophy, you'll have to play it in single player and then press the shoulder buttons to switch between Grinch and Max, and as soon as player 1 switches to take control of Max the dog, you'll unlock this trophy. And when playing in solo, there are certain points in the levels, like I said, where you have to use the dog to be able to get through doors to trigger a switch so that the door that blocks Grinch opens up, allowing him to go through. So you're naturally going to have to switch through the characters at some point as you go through the levels. The Santa trophy requires you to get the Santa outfit, and I think there was 3 jigsaw puzzles that you need to complete for this, as each one unlocked a different part of the outfit. I'm sure there was first up the shoes, then it was like the jacket, and then the hat. If it wasn't 3, it was probably 2, but either way, just ensure you grab as many puzzle pieces as required, and then finish the easy jigsaw puzzles to unlock the suit. It's not a super important ability to get right away. I think it just makes the Whoville residents in the houses not sort of chase after you straight away, but it's not really something that's vital. You could save that to last, probably. The next up is the Hiding is Fun trophy, and this requires you to hide in beds, tables and wardrobes. Now, this trophy may take a while, as the houses may not always contain those items. The table is a really easy one, as you'll see that in most of the houses, but I found the beds didn't always let you hide under them. So keep an eye out for those and keep trying until you eventually find the right beds. Simply approach the object and press triangle to hide in there, and once you've done that with all 3, the trophy will pop. Jetpack. Now, this is also another item that you'll unlock by completing the jigsaw puzzles later on in the game, and it allows you to just simply do a high jump. It's not really a jetpack, as you can't fly around the levels like you can in Worms or something like that, which is a shame. So simply grab enough puzzle pieces and beat its puzzle to unlock it, and then use it in a level to get another easy trophy, and this will help you get up to some higher ledges to get more puzzle pieces. The Countryside trophy is awarded for beating all 6 levels of World 2, the Countryside, so this will pop on the very last level of that set. The Snowball trophy is another ability that is again unlocked via the puzzles later on in the game, around World 3. You just need to throw a snowball at an enemy and the trophy will pop, but the physics are a bit wonky, so it may take you a couple of times before you hit an enemy, and to be honest, it's not a very good power up anyway, because it doesn't even kill the enemy, it simply freezes them for like a second or 2. The Grow Heart trophy is unlocked by finishing the puzzles that give you an extra heart. So as long as you're collecting most of the pieces as you run through the levels, you should be able to unlock this during World 3 Whoville without any issues. Next up is the Whoville trophy, and this one's description weirdly just says Whoville, a repeat of the trophy's title. However, you actually unlock it by beating all of the levels in that world. It's not just when you first get to Whoville. The Puzzles trophy is awarded for completing all of the puzzles, so for this you are going to need to find every single puzzle piece in each level. I think there's around 8 puzzle pieces per level. You'll find the pieces on both the outdoors and the indoor sections of the level. And these are the golden puzzle pieces, so they're pretty easy to find. Like I said earlier, there's a level select in this game allowing you to replay all of the levels that you've completed at any point, so you can easily go back and grab the ones you missed. And handily, on the level select screen, it will also tell you how many collectibles you have collected in that level, so that is quite a nice touch. Note though that in some of the early levels of the game you may need the jetpack or the lasso ability in order to reach paths that contain these pieces. However, there's not many levels like that early on, and there's guides online already to show you the locations of them all, so I would suggest you just use that. Once you have that trophy, you will then unlock the platinum, which is called Awful Wonderful Idea, when really they should have just stopped at awful, as that perfectly sums up this game. It's awful, and hopefully if you do have this game, this video has helped you get through it. And if you were thinking about getting this game, well then hopefully this video has put you off buying it, as this is one game you shouldn't platinum or even play. As it's Christmas though, I would like to end on a bit of a positive note, so let's try and think of one good thing about the Grinch Christmas Adventures. Well, I guess the trophy icons are pretty nice. So yeah, there you go. Thank you very much for watching. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you in the next one.